Hello, everybody. My name is Todd.
And I'm Maren. Hi.
And we're back with you today with our conversation topic. And this week, we're going to talk about one of my favorite things in language learning, idioms. They are interesting sayings, interesting phrases that are usually metaphorical and have some kind of symbolic meaning. They're super interesting. Some of them are very historical, very old. Some of them are new, and they're really fun to learn. So we really hope that today will be a fun session for everyone. What we're going to do is structure things a little bit so that you can also interact with us. The first thing we're going to do is give you some idioms in English and see if you can guess what they mean in German. And then we'll just sort of talk a little bit more about some other interesting idioms in English as well. Maren, perhaps you want to say a little bit in German exactly what we're doing? Make sure everyone is with us.
Yeah, I will summarize in German. Also heute werden wir über Idioms sprechen. Idioms sind, für alle, die es nicht wissen, Redewendungen. Haben wir im Deutschen genauso. Und ja, Idioms sind ganz spannend, weil manche von denen im Englischen und im Deutschen sehr alt sind und es gibt immer ein bisschen historischen Zusammenhang, wie diese Idioms vielleicht entstanden sind. Und wir hören sie in beiden Sprachen sehr oft und deswegen wollen wir euch heute ein paar auf Englisch vorstellen. Und genau, wir fangen an, indem wir euch ein paar auf Englisch geben und ihr könnt raten, wie die auf Deutsch heißen. Wir haben dann natürlich welche ausgesucht, die sehr ähnlich sind. Yeah, should I start with the first one, Todd?
Let's do it.
So the first idiom I picked is one I really like because it's a kind of cute image, I think. And in English, that would be, and I will also post that for you so that you can see it. The straw that broke the camel's back. So the straw that broke the camel's back is the one straw that was too much and that broke the camel's back. So can you guess what German idiom we have? Did you know the German one, Todd, before?
I didn't actually. This particular one I had not heard before. Most of the other ones I think I've heard. Mm-hmm. But yeah, strangely, yeah, this is a really common one, I think, in English as well. You hear it very often. Mm-hmm. And it's, as you said, it's a perfect example of an idiom that you can picture. So you have this clear picture in your mind of an animal who you just put one more little piece on and he falls over. Yeah. Interested to see if anyone can guess it. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Ilanka has it correct. Der Tropfen, der das Fass zum Überlaufen bringt. Yeah, exactly.
Ist also die gleiche Idee, ne? Der eine Tropfen, der zu viel ist. Aber ich finde das ganz interessant, dass dieses Bild so anders ist. Ne? Im Deutschen haben wir dieses Fass, was voll wird, und im Englischen ist es das arme Kamel, was zusammenbricht.
So cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's do another one.
Right.
Let's do another. We have another one that kind of involves animals. That's something we also noticed when we were collecting these, that so many idioms have some connection to animals. Mm-hmm. It's great. So this one is, in English, to make a mountain out of a molehill. So a mole, what is a mole in German?
Ein Maulwurf.
Ein Maulwurf. Mm-hmm. So a molehill is a little house. Yeah, Maulwurfshügel. Yeah, very good. Yeah. So what could that be in German? To make a mountain out of a molehill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there the German one involves animals as well. Yeah,
there it is.
Eva has the right. I'm going to show it. Eine Mücke zum Elefanten machen. Ja, aus einer Mücke einen Elefanten machen. Genau.
Very good. And that actually, this wasn't on our list, but we might as well post it. The elephant reminded me of another great one in English involving an elephant. And oh, that's actually the same in German, though, isn't it? The elephant in the room.
Der Elefant im Zimmer, der Elefant im Raum.
Yeah, it's the same, yeah?
Yeah, I think we use that. Yeah.
Okay.
Although I think you use it more in English. I don't know if
That
I've heard it that often in German.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually enough. Go ahead.
When you have to talk about, when you're talking about something, but you're not really saying it out loud, and that's when you say, okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's an interesting aspect, or another interesting sort of connection between English and German, that we have so many similar or same idioms because of the histories of our language. And we'll talk a little bit later about sort of how one of the interesting things about idioms is that we have some that are hundreds and hundreds of years old, and we have other ones that were created in the last 50 years in our lifetimes. And that's one of the cool things I think about them.
Yeah. I see something from Sigrid and Britta, who wrote Der Elefant im Porzellanladen. But I actually think it's a bit different, because I think the Elefant im Porzellanladen is if you have to be careful, but you're kind of not. And in English you have one, right?
Yeah, I've got it. I'm writing it down.
Yeah, write it down. So I think it's a bit different. The elephant in the room in English is more, sage ich mal auf Deutsch, ich glaube, wenn man ein Thema nicht benennt, wenn wir beide wissen, es gibt irgendein Problem zwischen uns, aber wir sprechen beide das Problem nicht an, dann muss man, glaube ich, sagen, the elephant in the room.
Yeah, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have the Elefant im Porzellanladen in English?
Yeah, so we have a different animal here. We have a bull in a china shop. And here, the china actually refers to plates and to basically porcelain as well, except we can use the word china as a noun to refer to that type, to porcelain. So same idea, but different animal.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another one.
Cool.
We also have in German, but a bit different. So, to kill two birds with one stone. It's actually pretty brutal, the English one.
That's true, yeah, it is. Yeah, we can see here how many are animal related. Almost all of these are animal related. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. What's cool here is that you have the exact same metaphor as well. You just sort of swap out the things that you're killing, or
I see a lot of everybody got the right answer. Candy, Harald, Rita, Eva, Anne, all correct. I'm showing one. Zwei Fliegen mit einer Klappe schlagen.
Cool.
I mean, actually, it's as brutal, but for some reason the birds are right. I don't know. I have to picture this one a bit more clearly.
Yeah. What's another fact or sort of thing about idioms is that they all kind of refer to these everyday situations that we find ourselves in, right? So someone who's clumsy, the bull in the china shop. Someone who, as you mentioned with the elephant in the room, if you have two people who don't want to address or don't want to talk about a difficult topic or something. So they're all very common things, and two birds with one stone is another that I feel like is very common in daily speech. So
cool. I think in German as well.
Yeah, that's
also
true.
Very common. Ja, ich denke, auf Deutsch sagt man auch sehr oft, ach, da habe ich gleich zwei Fliegen mit einer Klappe geschlagen.
Yeah.
We have another one for us.
One more here. One more knowledge test of our viewers here. This is another fun one in English. That ship has sailed, and I think there's maybe 20 versions of this one, as we talked about. There's more than one way to say this in English, and I think in German as well, maybe.
Maybe you've missed the boat. Or
Yeah, you've missed the boat.
missed the boat, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there it is. Quick on the draw.
Yeah.
Have you all studied these already? Uh,
Oh, we have
Very
a few
good. So
more.
Rita has the correct answer here in German. Der Zug ist abgefahren.
And Eva writes, der Fall ist gegessen. Yeah, I think you could say that.
Interesting. That one I haven't heard. How would you explain? How would you? What? I don't understand that one, Maren. Der Fall ist
Gegessen. Yeah, you say something, das ist gegessen, die Sache ist gegessen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the same concept, right? If the train has left, the bread or whatever is gone.
We've got more.
Yeah. Der Bonbon ist gelutscht. Yeah, it's the same, like gegessen.
Yeah, these are great.
Der Drops ist gelutscht. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's obviously a fun one. And here again, based on the situation, that's something that happens to us almost every day, where we're just a little too late, or you miss something just by a little bit. So I think the situations that come up often in life mean that we have lots of idioms for them. So which kind of brings me to what I wanted to talk with you about next, which is why we learn idioms, because it kind of seems sometimes like, well, okay, these are just fun phrases, right? So why do we waste our time with these types of things? What comes to mind for you, Maren, as why idioms are useful, or why we actually should learn them?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, because you can hear them quite often, right? And as a native speaker, so when I'm speaking German, I might say them without even noticing it, right? Especially the zwei Fliegen mit einer Klappe or der Zug ist abgefahren. You just use this so much in everyday speech, and I think that's why it's important that you just know them or have heard of them, because if you hear English native speakers talking about this, you might be like, what is he saying? I don't get it. And especially with the ones that might be quite different in the two languages. So
yeah. Exactly. I can think of situations before I learned a few more of these idioms in German, where someone used one and everyone laughed, because they're usually a little bit funny,
Yeah.
And I sort of sat there. I didn't know the joke. So it's another good reason to learn them, just to sort of to be in on the joke. How would you say be in on the joke in German, by the way?
Den Witz verstehen?
Ja, den Witz verstehen,
Ich weiß nicht, ob wir da eine Redewendung haben auf Deutsch. Aber ja, dass wenn alle lachen und du bist der Einzige oder die Einzige, die so, verstehe ich nicht.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing is that, as we discuss them, we all kind of laugh and chuckle a bit. It just makes your language, and it makes your speaking more interesting. So I think in that sense, it's also very, very useful to learn them as well, when you're learning your languages as well. It's a good break too. We're doing grammar, we're learning vocab, we're learning all these things that can sometimes be a little bit boring or frustrating, and these are a great sort of pausa, a great break to do something fun.
I agree. Can I introduce one where we have some context of why the idiom is the way it is? I think we've been talking about this before. So, barking up the wrong tree. I really like that one. We do have a German one, so feel free to guess, but it's a bit different. So, barking up the wrong tree, we've found an explanation for this, and I think it's very plausible one. So it goes back to hunting, when people went hunting, and you have a dog who looks for animals you could hunt, and the dog would bark at a tree where it thought a bird might sit, right? So you want to hunt the bird, and you have the dog who barks at the tree. And if you're barking up the wrong tree, it's like there is no bird inside. So I'm explaining and there's already a right answer to this. Yeah. Thomas, Harald. Eva also has, so the first one, auf dem Holzweg sein, is the one I thought about, but I see Eva also has one, aufs falsche Pferd setzen. Yeah, you could also use that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can picture that one in my head as well. Yeah. So the horse racing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, this is also one of my personal favorites. I think every speaker kind of has certain ones that they use a lot, and I definitely use barking up the wrong tree quite often. So
yeah, and that's funny because I think the German one I don't use that often.
Oh, really?
Yeah, auf dem Holzweg sein? Sometimes maybe, but yeah.
Cool. Yeah, let's talk about a few more. There's so many cool stories behind these that I think it's worth going through a few more examples. So another one here in English. To beat around the bush.
I like it.
Yeah. So to beat in this one means to hit something, yeah? So I have some kind of object and I'm hitting the bush with it. What do we think that could mean?
Where does it come from?
So
when do you use that?
So barking up the wrong tree, as you said, was connected to hunting, and so is beat around the bush. And again, with birds, when we're hunting birds, people who are hunting would actually take some kind of a stick or object and hit the trees or hit the bushes and try to get the birds to fly out of the bush, basically. So this process of hitting the bush is basically the pre-hunting, so to speak, and the actual main event. The main thing we wanted to do was go hunting, and so beating around the bush is den heißen Brei sprechen, as Thomas has correctly pointed out. Yeah, exactly.
And Harald also got the right answer. Den heißen Brei herumreden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Very cool.
Okay. I have a very interesting one. I like this one very much.
Yeah, this is an interesting one.
To be on cloud 9. And this one was really interesting because when we tried to find out the explanation for this, it's one of those that seem to be so old that no one really knows why it is like that. I mean, you can find different explanations, and sometimes you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and I see a right answer already. Auf Wolke 7 schweben oder auch im 7. Himmel. And now the interesting part about this is, why is it number 7 in German and why is it number 9 in English, right? And so what we found was that, so in German, the Wolke 7 or siebter Himmel, it goes back to ancient Greek, when the heaven was said to consist of 7 spheres. So, also 7 Sphären im Himmel. And the 7th one was the one of dreams and wishes and fantasy. So the one where you are when you're in love or like just having a great, great feeling. And the cloud 9, so what I found, and let me know if you've heard that before, Todd, is a bit different. So apparently clouds are categorized in 9 different types. And number 9, that kind of cloud, is a very fluffy one. And it's the one that goes up highest in the sky. So it's an explanation I found. I mean, the explanation itself, it was written there. It's not really sure that's the real reason. But
that's a really funny one. I feel like we have to research that one further. It sounds plausible. It sounds like it could be true, the cloud 9 explanation. I'm just thinking maybe it just sounds nicer. I don't know. Who knows?
Cloud 9, Channel 7.
Yeah, but I like that we have this mystery behind some of them as well. We looked up another one. I remember. Yeah. Where was that in our list? I think we had one other one. Yeah, let's do this one too, because it's another one where we think, okay, yeah, might be true, or might just be sort of a fun story. So this one in English is to turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
And maybe you can all have a guess at this one as well. So this one goes back to a famous person in 1800. And he's a famous admiral in the British Navy named Horatio Nelson, Admiral Nelson. And he was blind in one eye, so he only could see out of one eye. And his other soldiers, or his other sailors, wanted to retreat, basically to run away. And Admiral Nelson didn't want to run away. And so when they tried to show him the enemy coming to approach, he put the eyeglass up to his blind eye, so that he wouldn't see the enemy, and he could say, we're going to keep going and fighting.
Interesting. And I see a right answer from Harald. Ein Auge zudrücken. Yeah.
Ja. Vielleicht erzählst du das kurz auf Deutsch? Das war ein bisschen kompliziert vielleicht, oder?
Okay, war's. Also genau, Todd hat erzählt von einem britischen Admiral, Nelson, der er war auf einem Auge blind, ja?
Genau.
Und alle, als die Feinde angerannt kamen, wollten alle wegrennen, und er wollte aber nicht wegrennen, und deswegen hat er mit dem blinden Auge durch das Fernglas geguckt. Richtig?
Ja, genau. Ja.
Natürlich nichts gesehen. Ja, ich glaube, das Deutsche kann vielleicht wurde das so vom Englischen übernommen. Ein Auge zudrücken ist ja auch so ähnlich, also dass man ein Auge einfach.
Aber ich glaube hier, ja, mit der Geschichte kann es gut sein, dass es einfach, wir sagen auf Englisch, es gibt ein cooles Wort auf Englisch, apocryphal, wo irgendwie eine Geschichte erfunden wird, dass das gut passt. Und das könnte hier vielleicht ein Grund sein, warum wir diese Geschichte haben. Yeah, maybe let's do one really new one.
Okay, go for the new one.
Yeah, so this is one that we actually have a specific story about who started this one, and it's used quite often today. And the phrase is to jump the shark. And this is a perfect example of an idiom that you can't guess. It's too specific. It's too weird.
But some of you might have heard that even in German, but in the English wording, to jump the shark, I've heard German native speakers use it like that. Yeah.
Cool. So the meaning is basically if it started with a TV show. So basically, if a TV show is a really good show that you love to watch, and then at a certain time the show just gets worse. They change the actors, they change the writers of the show. The show has jumped the shark. That's what it means. It got worse. It got a lot worse. And you can now use it for things other than TV shows. So you could use it for, I don't know, help me out, a book maybe. If a book gets worse or something like that, you could say, jump the shark. So the story is, there's a really famous show in the US called Happy Days. And I think it was in the 60s and 70s that it was on TV. And there was a character who is water skiing in the show, and literally jumped over a shark on water skis. And a famous person, this guy named John Hine, who was on the radio, used the phrase to jump the shark to describe when the show got bad, when it was worse, right?
Yeah.
And it stuck. It spread and became generalized. Yeah.
Probably because it was so unrealistic, right?
Yeah.
Like, now he's jumping over a shark with, what's next? Like saving the whole world in 2 seconds or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really fun one.
Yeah.
Thomas here gives another really nice, much clearer way to express the same thing. To go down the toilet. Yeah. That's another way to say if something has really gotten worse. It's gone down the toilet.
Yeah.
Much clearer what that one means. So yeah, that's really cool. And I think these newer ones really show us how these things form. That one speaker, one person sort of uses a phrase in a clever way, in an interesting way, and then it just spreads like wildfire, like a virus, actually, through the speaking community, and that we have idioms that are hundreds and hundreds of years old is a really cool thing, I think, about language and how language works.
Yeah, so, I think so too. We have so many more idioms and not much more time. Should we do like a
we even have some great other ideas from yeah, let's do it.
One last one with an interesting story, or
yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so my internet is really slow today. Yeah, I chose one. We talked about that one before. I also really like it. That costs an arm and a leg. Because the interesting thing here is we have one in German that sounds similar, but actually means something different. There's a slight difference in meaning. So that costs an arm and a leg, you say when something is like super, super expensive, right, Todd?
Yeah, basically, yeah, if somebody says, yeah, exactly. It means if something costs a ton, if it costs a lot, you'd say that costs an arm and a leg. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I see some answers like das kostet nicht die Welt, but actually the other way around. Das kostet die Welt, although we don't say it in that direction.
Yeah. If you think about the actual thing, you have to actually cut your arm off and pay with that. It's expensive to give up a body part or something.
Yes. And can you explain, Todd, where this comes from?
Sure.
Why do you say this?
This is a cool one, also from kind of the 1700s, 1800s, and it has to do with painting, with the painting of people's faces and images and so on. And in those days, to get yourself painted costs a lot of money, right? You have to pay an artist to sit there and paint your entire face and body and so on. And if you aren't rich enough, then you only got your head and above. And so to pay for the actual, all of the arms and all of the legs, you had to pay a lot of money. And so that costs an arm and a leg. You paid for all of your body's limbs to be drawn in the painting.
True.
Another
super so cool story. Yeah. Because I think if you just use it, like I would say many native speakers even have no idea why you say that, right?
Yeah, I don't think any native speakers would. Yeah, I had to. Yeah, I didn't know the story before we looked it up. So.
Yeah. I see a super funny comment from Christine. Mein lieber Herr Gesangsverein. Have you heard that before, Todd?
I have not.
I don't even know how to explain that. It's like something you say, like, oh my God, mein lieber Herr Gesangsverein. When something, you could say that. If something is like super, super expensive, you could say, mein lieber Herr Gesangsverein. But I think you can use it in many different situations, like when something is just like, wow, you're surprised, maybe shocked or something. This is really funny. Yeah, you can hear that a lot in German.
Yeah, that's a good one. Cool. Yeah, Ava, actually, I wanted to call out Ava's here, which is one that we didn't have on ours, but it's a good one. I would call this also a euphemism, maybe. To kick the bucket basically just means to die, to pass away. Yeah.
Yeah, to kick the bucket.
Yeah, to kick the bucket. Who knows why? We'd have to look that one up, why kicking the bucket means to die. But
to die. Yeah, we have in German ins Gras beißen.
Yeah, that was
bite.
what Thomas here said with ins Gras beißen.
Yeah.
I see. Cool. Yeah, these are so much fun to discuss and talk about. Then there's hundreds of them. So we are out of time for today, unfortunately. But as usual, we will post our feedback form. So if you would all like to leave comments and feedback on today's episode, that would be great. If you really liked doing the idioms today, we have many, many more, and we can definitely do another session on idioms. So drop your feedback and tell us if you liked it. And yeah, we will, as usual, be back with you next Monday with a new topic.
Yes.
Do we have a topic yet, Maren?
We haven't decided yet.
Oh.
So if you have ideas, let us know. If not, I think we can come up with something that would be interesting. And yeah, maybe I can learn something new as well. Every time we do the grammar sessions, I'm like, interesting aspect. So
yeah. Cool. All right. Well, it's been very fun, everybody. Thank you for participating, and we hope to see you again next Monday.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.